Hey guys, thanks for joining me on your lunch break for today's short but sweet lift. You could use 2 water bottles, you could do this entirely body weight, or you could grab 2 moderate weights, whatever you have available to you. Let's get going. We're going to start off with world's greatest stretch. So go ahead and pop down into a lunge position. Place the opposite hand to the leg that's forward on the floor, and then reach towards the sky. After reaching towards the sky, hands on the ground or just in the air if you need to. Straighten the leg out, and we're going to switch sides. Sorry, that was fast. Lunge, twist, and reach. Straighten out that front leg in a hamstring stretch. You can always go to the knee or a chair if needed, if you don't have that mobility yet. And I'll show you from the side here as well. Lunge, opposite hand down, rotational reach, both hands on the ground or on the knee. Straighten the leg out, step together. And we're just going to keep going through this. Lunge, reach, straighten the front leg, step together, switch sides. So whether you're in your office with the door closed or at home, working from home, this is just meant to energize, get the body flowing in all different planes of movement, touch each body part. 12 minutes long. If you've got a 30-minute or 60-minute lunch, I want to do it twice, that's great. But you could get away with just one set and still get a great total body functional workout in, complete with mobility and stability. So here we go. Use what you have around you. Just be creative and adapt. That's what this is all about. Powering on to the next one. Great job on the world's greatest. INCHWORM, we're going to start with a forward bend stretch. We're going to walk the hands out, bend the knees as needed. You can either do a plank shoulder tap if you can't do push-ups today, or a kneeling push-up, or if you're able to, you can do a full push-up. But do what's best for you. So if you've got like a shoulder thing going on, just go ahead and dive into that plank tap. Okay, so let's do a couple of these now. Again, we're doing this kind of combination of strength and mobility to get the most bang for your buck today. So if it's too much or too little, you can kind of go up or down from the movements listed. And I'm just hoping I can give you enough options for today based on how you feel. Don't forget, you can always do that kneeling option or just walk into the plank and do a quick tap, whatever works for you. If you really need to just hold a forward bend during this, that's totally fine as well. Just mobilizing those hamstrings and getting the upper body going, getting the core going. Try to find a good breathing pattern that works for you here, just to kind of take control of the workout and kind of create some space for yourself. I'm sure your day is very busy, and great job carving out some time for you and your body. Nice work. Let's do a few more. I know it seems like a lot, but hopefully that heart rate is just slowly beginning to come up. Great way to stretch out the hamstrings, the lower back. If you need to do downward upward dog a few times in here, that's totally fine. Awesome job. Woo, good job getting through that set. Okay, go ahead and grab just one bottle. I'll show you this body weight with a regular weight. I'll kind of show you lots of options, okay? But you only need one thing. If you're not going to use any weight, you can just keep your arms at your chest. I'll probably show that one first. Yes, okay, so side lunge, rotate towards the leg that's on the outward. So you're rotating outwards, and we're just switching sides, okay? So keep doing that if you're doing the body weight version. Okay, otherwise, if you're using a bottle, that's what that looks like. And I'll do the remainder of the set with a weight. Okay, so the goal here is to move laterally and rotationally. So big step out into the side lunge and then twist. Try to drop those hips down, keep the shoulders back. But again, you're moving with what your body gives you today. So working on toning those adductors, working the legs, working that rotation plane of movement in the upper torso. And just a nice kind of 2-for-1 movement here. All the movements that you'll see from here on out are 2-for-1, so that's really good. I had to go check on my chickens there briefly. Just started laying their first eggs, so that's fun. Anyways, let's just finish out strong here. Very good. Awesome possum. Okay. Generally speaking, we're doing in the rep range of 12, just so you guys know, or 6 per side. All right, we're going to do a little glute bridge into a chest fly. So if you're using bottles, I'll demonstrate with that. If you're doing body weight, here's what this looks like. Just hold for the duration. It'll be about 90 seconds, hopefully. If you're using bottles, that's what it'll look like. Again, it's like a soft elbow. So I would say maybe a 5 to 10 degree bend in the elbows. Hips stay in a glute bridge position to work the butt and core. And we're getting the biceps and chest toned here. And let's get to 12. Inhale and exhale with the movement. If you have any weird shoulder stuff going on, I recommend doing this without weight or doing your favorite shoulder rehab exercise here instead. Keep those hips up. Keep that core pulled in. Great job. We're going to do a dead bug next, so no weight needed here. If you've never done dead bugs, I'll explain it to you here. So what we're going to do is extend the right arm and the left leg. So the right arm goes overhead, the left leg goes down, and then I'm going to switch sides. So now my left arm and right leg are extending. So it's a cross-body core stability exercise. Just say it in your head: left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg, and so on and so forth. You can watch me do that if it helps. Knees go from 90 degrees to extended, arms stay straight. Again, a core stability exercise. Should feel good on those hips too. I'm going to have you do 12 per side on this one, so it's going to feel like a lot, but if you're newer to the exercise or just kind of having a trouble focusing today, you can get into a rhythm. It might take you longer or shorter, just giving you kind of a long set to get a little rhythm going here, because rhythm is important on this one. Good for coordination, gets the shoulders involved. Left arm, right leg, very good. Okay, so we're going to do a little rotation squat press next. I'll demonstrate without weights, but again, you can use anything that you've got nearby you. Okay. So we're going to do a rotational squat. So you're just going to step into 180 degrees and then do a shoulder press. So it's kind of like a wider plie squat. I usually tell people to look one direction and then the complete opposite direction. So I'm going to kind of go back towards my treadmill, press overhead, and then I'm going to look out at my deck. Or whatever walls are around, you could look at one corner of your office and then the opposite, whatever works for you. Okay, so we'll do 12. And here's what it looks like with weights. Make sure you've got nothing overhead that you might hit, because that does hurt a little bit. Okay, so a wide plie squat that you rotate into. So it's kind of a rotation step. As you come together, you press overhead. That's just a narrow press. You could also rotate the hands out and press. I'm not picky about how the press happens in this workout. Just get something going overhead. If you've got any issues in your shoulder, or you're not doing a great job with your shoulder mobility and you know that, just keep the weights at your center. A lot of times people have poor overhead, poor shoulder mobility, and then they get hurt doing overhead lifting. So oftentimes with a client, I'll start there. Since I can't analyze everybody watching this, I just want to kind of bring that point up to you. So make sure you've got good shoulder mobility, tight core, no arch in the back as you drive the weights overhead. Just a nice tight diaphragm. Make sure you're thinking about the joints that are working here. In the squat, it's the knees and hips. Of course, when you do the overhead press, the shoulder and elbow joints are primarily involved. So there you go. Just making that mental connection with our workout. Okay, so we're going to do a little balance exercise next, so reach and row. Body weight's going to look like this. Single leg reach, and then you're just going to do a body weight row. So hinge, squeeze the elbows back, squeeze the shoulders back. And I'm just going to have you do 6 per side here. Just make sure you get that back leg up if you can. Okay. Looks really similar. If you're doing the body weight version, just keep going. Okay, so just start doing whatever version works for you. Here's what it looks like with bottles. Or if you have tissue boxes in your office, you could use those. Okay, and then with weights, it looks like this. Just make sure if you're really doing this version that you have good stability. If you're really wobbling around a lot, this is probably too advanced for you, and you need to work on your stability first. So great for the ankle, knee, hip stability, also working hip mobility, core stability, and of course working the upper body, especially those posterior shoulder muscles in that row. The back side of the body getting a good workout here. So a really nice exercise, really functional if you're doing it well. And we're going to go right to the other side now. Again, Take your time on that first one. Just kind of waking up the deep hip muscles can be a little bit funky at first, so just kind of ease into it. If you need to regress or go body weight, that's totally fine. I should have mentioned this at the beginning, but if you are doing this for the second time, you could also just do a single leg stork and just work on stability in the yoga stork position if needed too. Again, great 2-for-1 kind of lower body stability, hamstring, butt, and upper body movement. 2-for-1 is kind of what we're going for here. Okay, so we're gonna do side plank star. So level 1, you're gonna be on the bottom. The knee will be bent 90 degrees, and you're just gonna lift that top leg up. Okay, level 2, full plank, side plank, you're gonna lift the top leg up. And we're gonna hold for 20 seconds, so that time has started. Try to breathe, whether you're doing level 1 with the knee at 90 degrees or level 2, but think about just keeping your body in a nice line here. Think happy thoughts. This is a hard movement. Okay, and we're gonna switch sides here. Side planks are great for, again, kind of that lateral core training. The obliques get lots of love. By raising that top leg, you're gonna work the glutes a little bit here. So a great exercise. Again, 2-for-1. That's your best bang for your buck when you have 10 to 20 minutes to get a workout in. You want to work arms and legs or core and legs or something like that. So that was our goal and mission accomplished today. So awesome work. Let's just finish it out with a little forward bend. If you do have time for a second set, great one to start back. You can maybe breeze through some of those world's greatest or those inchworms and get to that main set. But thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day, and subscribe if you want to stay up to date on new workouts. Thanks.